Hey everybody, this is David at Barnyard Bees. What I wanted to show you today is, and most beekeepers know this, but especially for the new beekeeper, you just may not be able to recognize the behavior when it comes to a colony like this. And when you look on the outside, let's look on the, let me show you on the entrance. Okay, like I said, a lot of people can't distinguish, or a lot of new beekeepers, let me put it that way, don't know the difference when they look on across their hives and they see a colony like this. Well, most beekeepers that's been doing this for a while can just look across the entrance right there and tell you what's going on in this hive just by glancing at it and looking. It's easy to tell, and I knew just as soon as I looked over at it. So let's get inside and let's see what's wrong. Okay, when I take the top off of this hive, watch the reaction of the bees and just how they act when I open it. Just watch it. Okay. Can you see how they, right off the bat, they come up very flighty. Coming out, that's not normal. Now if they was in attack mode coming at me, it just takes experience to be able to understand what they're doing here, and after you do it a while you'll understand. Now it was a good sign there in the front when you saw all those cappings on the front of the hive. That would tell a lot of beekeepers that's been doing this for a while what's going on. You open the top and they act like this. They act like they don't belong, and that's exactly what it is. They don't belong in here. And what has happened, this was probably a weak hive. And look, this one's actually got a wax moth. Look there, see the wax moth? So what's happened here, this was probably a weak split. I got so many here, sometimes it's hard to remember, but there's another wax moth, so you can tell what's going on here. Now what I do in situations like this, there's a wax moth there, so I know there's eggs, so I prop the frames on the outside of the hive. And they will leave that frame, and you can see the cappings. See how jagged they look? These were ripped off, I mean literally tore off by these robber bees. And that's what's going on here. This hive, they could have come in and robbed it. And right there looks like a hive beetle larva, actually, pretty small. Right there's a hive beetle. So that's what happens to weak colonies a lot of time. If you raise bees at all, and I've talked about this before, and you have 240 just in this yard alone, sometimes they do get away from you and you don't get to them in time and stuff like this happens. That's just beekeeping when it comes to, look how flighty they are. They're not mean, they're not aggressive. You could do whatever you want to these right here. You're not gonna make them mad. And the reason being because they have nothing to protect. That's why they're not. See how you could do this all day long right here and be aggressive to them. They don't. Now I wouldn't do this to a regular colony to aggravate and make them mad, but look, they don't care. They're not trying to, there's nothing for them to protect because they don't belong here. Same way when you see bees out in the field. I mean, it's hard to really get them angry. Now bees with mean genetics, if I would have done that, even though it wasn't them, they probably would attack me. But these won't. I mean, they're just not. See, this is striking at them. They're not doing anything. But look on the bottom. See the cappings on the bottom. This hive could have even had swarmed out because it did have mostly drawed out frames. And they're not completely, I mean, it's not like wax moths and hive beetles have been in here for a while and run them out. I know that for sure. So probably what happened in this case right here was the colony swarmed, and late in the season like this, they failed to produce a queen on their own. So they eventually just died out, and the robber bees come in, and that's what you got left right here. So when you come across something like this, what you want to do, you can eventually use these frames again. But if you leave them in there, those wax moth and hive beetles will destroy them completely, and they won't have a chance. Put them on outside your hive. It doesn't hurt a thing. I do this all the time. And then once you get a good, we're in October, so once you get a good frost, and we'll clean this thing out here, and then from there, I would leave them out there for a good month. Let a good freeze get on them. Or if you want to put them in your freezer, you can do that too. That'll kill anything on them. But I do this all the time, and I can actually, after these sit out about a week, if I got a colony that needs a drawed out frame, I'll just drop it in there, and it's not gonna hurt it a bit, and it'll work just fine. But anyway, a little short video for Barnyard Bees. Just wanted to show you what that looked like when I come across something like that, and I want to share it with people. As soon as I walked across it and glanced down, I knew what was going on. And those bees are robbing it out. Look at the cappings. They took every drop of nectar and honey off of it and took it back to their own colony. So that's about it. Don't forget, folks, you know what's November 23rd. I'll be talking about this all the way until then. Our big coffee bee chat. You won't be disappointed in coming with us, and you'll love it. Free coffee, donuts, lots of beekeepers there to talk to you. Our huge Christmas sale that day. And don't forget, folks, please click on the little bell, help us share our videos. Don't forget, we got packages for 2019 and Nucs. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Barnyard Bees.